hey, happy Switch 2 launch day. I'm not getting it until tomorrow. So I have to live vicariously through these videos. I was probably going to do this anyway because I'm not going to like make my own comparisons. So everybody else will do it. And I'm lazy. I only do reactions. That's why I do it. I'm lazy. So this is Animal Crossing. We have a bunch of videos. We're just going to watch a bunch of them. So here's a video from Digital Foundry. We're going to take a look, which has Witcher 3, and Batman Arkham Knight. We got Mario Odyssey comparisons to the first game, Fortnite, of course. And I think this is another Fortnite one. I think it's the same one. Then we got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, of course. And then we have another Batman Arkham Knight one from Switch Up, so we might just skip this one after. And I'm sure there's gonna be other ones. We're gonna only watch a little bit of each one of these videos, so just gonna throw that out there. This first one's from Nintendo Talk, so shout outs. I'll try to remember to get all the links for all these videos. So let's just check this one out again, real quick. We're gonna skim through it. I don't want this video to be like 2 hours long. So, and all right, let's see load times, just to start it up. I feel like was it always this long? Hello? Was it always that fucking long? I mean, it's done on Switch too. That's crazy. I feel like that's way longer than... I mean, I guess I probably just had it on my Switch 1 like the entire time I was playing it, so I would just always like load it back up. I didn't have to like... That's fucking nuts. Okay, I mean, it's definitely quicker on the Switch too. So, does it look better on Switch 2? Here, we could skip to... Yeah, let's do performance. There we go. Oh my god, Jesus. What is this, Dream Island? What's going on here? Why is everything popping in? Oh my god. It's definitely much better on the right. That's cool. It said something about Dream Island here. I don't know. Maybe I didn't play enough to get to this point. Damn, the performance is so much better on Switch 2. That's crazy. It looks so much better too. Like, it almost looks like a 3DS game on here because of how choppy it looks and how they had to downgrade the visuals. This looks so much better. Okay, let's skip ahead. Airport load time? No, we don't need to. Mystery Island. Again, I'm going to put links in there if you want to check out yourself. I feel like I guess it might just be the weather right now on the right. Yeah, it's probably just the weather. I kind of want to play some Animal Crossing, but I'm playing Fantasy Life right now, so which is kind of like Animal Crossing is. What are we looking at here exactly? Just Mystery Island. Okay. Building load time? All right, that's fine. I guess going into a... Yeah. Let's see. Wow, I forgot how long it took. Jesus. Good lord. What is this? DA load time? Okay, let's see. Okay. It's shorter. Yeah, it's probably by a little bit. Okay. It looks better. Okay, so there you go. That's it. That's the first one. Again, we're going to go through these quick. All right, so Digital Foundry. Let's see this.
With Nintendo Switch 2 arriving with us just
probably gonna skip this. Sorry. Shoutouts to Digital Foundry again. It's faster, Switch 2. Okay, so they're just gonna show alright, just how bad is Arkham. Arkham Knight is horrible on Switch 1, from what I've heard.
Not least because of
okay, it's locked 30 frames, it looks like.
Version, which was so bad at launch, it was pulled from
Arkham Knight just doesn't have a good track record in terms of coming out and performing well.
Though, I played it for the first time today on original hardware, and it remains the same quote-unquote unmitigated disaster we reported on back in December 2023. We've talked a lot about impossible ports for the Switch.
Arkham Asylum was fine. Doom Eternal was... I want to see what that looks like on Switch too.
But still delivering a good experience. Batman Arkham Knight, unfortunately, does not do that. For the purposes of our testing, though, this actually makes for an interesting challenge for Switch 2 backwards compatibility, as the evidence suggests.
I mean, the frame rate will go up. I don't think the resolution will change, really.
Beyond tolerable limits.
So let's see.
So pushed.
This would be an interesting one. I just want to see it myself. And that's probably annoying to somebody, but I don't give a flying fuck. All right, here we go.
Stability as such. It's effectively
Block
using
30.
a translation layer to run the original game code on the new system. So in this scenario, it would probably be a lot harder to limit games to original performance levels as opposed to just letting the new system run those titles with whatever system resources the Switch 2 can throw at them. The end result is that, remarkably, Batman Arkham Knight is as fixed as it can be on Switch 2 without going back to the game and optimizing it.
Okay.
While Arkham Knight still possesses ugly pared back textures and hideous aliasing problems, it runs as
you want to play a really ugly version of Arkham Knight?
The original code. Extra
in 30
CPU
frames,
extra
locked?
GPU power in combination with faster storage
have a good time.
Brute force the game to be everything it possibly can be, given the design constraints.
Hey, it went to 31 on Switch. I don't see that with Switch 2.
Is it perfect? Well, in Batmobile driving while frame rate is fixed, animation errors hove their way into view. So despite a locked 30 FPS, something still doesn't look right. Extra horsepower for Switch 1 games, though, is clearly there, and this sets the scene for a more detailed...
Dude, Bayonetta, we need to watch a little bit of Bayonetta 3. I heard that it's a locked 60 frames now, which is so nice.
Testing, I feel there's grounds for optimism here, profound optimism even.
Oh yeah.
Take The Witcher 3.
Witcher 3. I want to see Witcher 3.
Another port that truly pushed Switch hard. We'd argue that in many ways it's as good as you can possibly get on the older hardware, but developer Saber Interactive used every
trick in the book
to get the game running.
Damn, Saber does fucking everything now. Holy shit.
Settlements like Novigrad.
Yo, Space Marine 2 is going to be on fucking Switch 2, watch.
Push CPU hard even on PC and more powerful consoles. And
Saber's going up there with some of my favorite developers because they fucking work on so much shit, and most of the time their stuff is pretty damn good. So
on Switch. Meanwhile, one
of my favorite, like 8 out of 10 developers. Even though I would say Space Marine 2 was pretty close to a 9. I think it was like 8.5, maybe a 9.
Is compromised as the game leans heavily into dynamic resolution scaling. Looking very quickly at the game running on Switch 2, and Novigrad is running
it looks
at 30
better
frames
too.
per second locked. And yeah, even a 180 millisecond frame time skip just disappears on Switch 2.
Yeah, it also looks better. I feel like, am I losing it, or is like the resolution look better?
Haven't run the resolution metrics. We've just started looking at this, but it's clear to see that image quality is significantly improved.
Yeah,
meaning that extra
horsepower
is going to the game.
Looks like it's running on an original Xbox, but yeah.
Dynamic resolution scaling results. So Arkham Knight.
This is like a clear example of what people will use against the Switch 2 when saying the Steam Deck is better. Because I see a lot of that now. I get on my comments, Steam Deck's better, even though it's obviously not. You can look at comparisons of like Cyberpunk and all these other games, but people will use this as a like an excuse, like a look how bad it looks compared to the Steam Deck. But this is the Switch 1 game. Like, it's not even fair. It's not optimized for Switch 2. If the Switch 2 can run Cyberpunk 2077 as high as a resolution it can, at the frame rate it can, and it's actually performing well, then it could definitely run Witcher 3. There's no way it won't be able to run it pretty damn well at the same resolution and 30 frames.
Performance enhancements, and as I
said, this isn't a Switch 2 version, is the problem.
What isn't quite so positive is that on the handheld screen, you're still getting handheld versions of Switch 1 games designed for a native 720p screen, meaning that every game will be upscaled to 1080p in what looks like a very basic scaling technique there. Probably asking for too much here, but the option to force original Switch games to run in their docked modes would clearly improve matters on games that aren't reliant on handheld-specific features.
Shoutouts to Digital Foundry. I'll watch more of Digital Foundry stuff. I was just thinking about all right, we'll watch more. All right, so anyway, this is from El Analista de Beats. We'll only watch a little bit. This one is Mario Odyssey. Now, this one I'm really interested in. Resolution on Switch 1. Looks pretty good still, I think. Very colorful, very nice. Oh, it looks so much better. Yo, you can see like extra grass textures and shit. Because I don't think there's an actual, that might be like a, there's an update for this game, but I don't know if it's like a big update or anything. I think it was just to unlock the frame rate or something like that, right? It's upscaled from common 4K. Dude, oh my god, 4K Mario, even if it's technically not 4K, I guess. Oh, it's so so good. Dude, the coins, you can see how glistening they are, how shiny they are from that far away. Finally. Can I see the hat texture from this far away? No, not really, but still. Remember when they were showing the Switch 1 and they one of their examples of how good the graphics will be on Switch 1 was you could see like the hair follicles on Mario, which was a lie. It was still just like a you know. Does anybody remember that? That was during at the Switch presentation thing. Yeah, it looks so much better. It's way clearer. God, I want to play Mario Odyssey now. Woohoo! I mean, the Switch 1 did a pretty good job of keeping it. I mean, this is one of the busier areas too, and it's what, it went to 55 at one point. Obviously, you're not doing any like crazy action yet, but there is a busy area. There's a lot of. Man, Switch 1's locking 60, bro. But I mean, this obviously looks so much better. Look at the texture on that car. It looks so much better. Look how shiny it is. Almost looks like a GTA 5 car. Yeah. This game's exactly like GTA 5. Woohoo! God, we need a new 3D on the beat. Yeah, we need a new, I just need to see. Resolution. Oh, yeah. Like, God, it's so much blurrier. Well, on a small screen, because I played a lot of this game in portable mode, it feels like it hasn't been that long since this game came out, too, which is blowing my mind. I remember scaling all these roofs and shit. Like, if it was like, and then there's like I think there's like a jump rope challenge thing here. It's right there. Yeah, you can see it on the ground. It feels like it hasn't been that long since this fucking game came out, but it's been 8 years. 8 years! Well, I guess technically it hasn't been fully 8 years yet. I think it came out in October 2017. Oh, man. It's looking good. For an 8-year-old game that didn't get a full-on Switch 2 version, obviously. Yeah, like the grass texture is almost completely different. It almost looks... Yeah, it looks really good. The draw distance is great too, but I was looking more at the textures. Alright, again, we're not going to look at every single thing, but here. Look at that. Great comparison right there. So much stuff in this little house thing. You got the dinosaur, you got the moon, you got whatever. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. You could see this guy better. No, thank God. These are changes that were necessary. Yeah, it just looks so much smoother. Okay, we can move on. So, next is Fortnite. We won't take too much of a glance at this one. Oh, shoutouts to GVG for this one.
Brandon here with a side-by-side
What's up, Brandon?
comparison of
oh yeah, the frame rate is
Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, the frame rate. Is that 30? I'm assuming that's 30.
Spectating my match so that we can get the same view on Switch 1 as we do on Switch 2 and really get a good idea of how much the game looks. And right away, yeah, resolution's much higher.
Wait, why is the costumes different?
The frame rate is much higher. We actually got some official specs from Epic about Fortnite. Fortnite on Nintendo Switch 2 is in 60 frames per second, 2176 by 1224 docked, 1600 by 900 undocked. The draw distance has been improved. Textures are higher quality. Shadows are higher quality. Water rendering is also higher quality. And we've got clothing physics enabled. I didn't even realize that wasn't available on Nintendo Switch
1. Why is the costume different, though? On Switch 1, could you not have Master Chief costume, but Switch 2 you can?
They've added the replay system. You can capture using the capture button, and game chat is also supported.
It's something about custom clothes or whatever. So that means this wasn't. That's crazy.
Streaming your gameplay to your friends. Mouse controls will be added in an update on June 7th.
It looks better.
We'll be able to try out the Joy-Con 2 in its mouse.
Like, that's a great looking shot right there to show like how much the draw distance is so much better. Like, it's not even, it's almost not even loading this part right here. It's a little bit, but you can see more details and stuff. You can see there's actually like a house here. Here, you can't even fucking tell. Is there a house there? Actually, there's something there, whatever that is. It's almost like a jumble of shit here, but here you can actually kind of tell it's something.
Mode to play Fortnite. I'm pretty excited to see what that's like. But for now, I'll go ahead and stop talking so you can just take a look at Fortnite. Sorry if I'm bad at the game. I probably am.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna do shit too. That they Darth Vader, but somebody else has him. Master Chief versus Darth Vader actually sounds fucking awesome. Bam, 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 bam. Where you going? What an epic battle, by the way. Yeah, Darth Vader running away like a pussy, swinging his lightsaber. You killed Darth Vader. Wow, what an epic battle. Yeah, like look, there's no grass here whatsoever. Right here and right there, there's none. You could tell there's grass here. It can run Fortnite better, guys. The ground texture looks better here than it does there. Okay, I think we saw enough. Yeah, it looks better. Okay, this one already came out like hours ago, days ago. Never watched it, but I heard it definitely looks better. So let's go. So Switch 1, Switch 2 for Scarlet and Violet. These look better. The Pokemon aren't popping in as much, it seems like. You know, they still pop in. The rocks still pop in too. So. Is this an official update, or is this just like, you know, I keep saying official update. I mean like a big update. You know what I mean? Like not just like, oh, we updated it so it runs a little bit better. You know, but I mean like a full on like, boom, like a big update. Not like a Zelda, I guess. I shouldn't say that because that one actually costs money. But not like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think just got like yeah, we just made some adjustments here and there. You know, like it was kind of like a small thing. This one I think was much bigger than that. Yeah, it looks way smoother. Problem is that the world of Scarlet and Violet and also Sword and Shield, from what I've seen of Scarlet and Violet, I should say, but Sword and Shield for sure, I could attest to this. It's very bland looking. They're just like look, you can tell here. It's literally just a flat ground. It's not flat, obviously, but it's just a plain ass looking ground texture, and then just Pokemon everywhere. There's nothing interesting to find in these games. That's what I heard about Scarlet and Violet. I know that for a fact in Sword and Shield. Oh no! Oh, perfect timing there. Actually, I want to say the ground texture being darker, I think it fits better because they're both in the shade right now. But it's still darker on Switch 1 than it is on 2. I feel like it probably works better for it to be darker. This guy looks terrible right now. I don't know if he's supposed to be metal because he looks metal. I'm assuming he's supposed to. I don't know. He's so shiny. I have no idea. All right, let's see a town. The town I know was like really bad on Switch 1. Like it would really chug. I guess Academy, whatever it was. Let me see. Is there a better shot of that actually? Oh, here's water. Oh, water looks pretty good. Oh, it's still loading on Switch 1. Let me see that. Yeah, this doesn't really... This gameplay is not really matching. Let's say it was showing the load... Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's probably what was happening, maybe? No, alright. I thought maybe it was showing like him like fast traveling or something and see how quick it was compared to Switch 1. But no, he's just in the water and then he decides to go there. Now he's going to the water, but now he's not even in the water on the left. The grass looks pretty nice, actually. I mean, it looks much better on Switch 2. It's a good-looking game, actually, for a Switch, I guess. For a Switch 1 game. Water looks alright. Oh yeah, it's chugging there. And I'm assuming this is after some updates, too, on the Nintendo Switch version, I assume. Unless they left it broken, or not broken, but really fucked up. Oh yeah, it's chugging there, though. Yeah, it looks better. Like, even like the foliage and flowers and stuff looks really good. Alright, so there you go, that's cool. And I want to watch this one because I feel like Digital Foundry didn't really go into it too much. Shoutouts to Switch Up. Oh, I should say shoutouts to Game Riot for that one. Anyway.
Everyone else is out playing Mario. The first
I do like Switch Up. I'm a big fan of Switch Up.
Batman.
Arkham
Better way
Knight.
to celebrate Switch 2 launch.
Oh, we're gonna skip ahead again.
Arkham Knight.
Alright, yeah, show me this.
Absolutely tanks.
Oh, it sucks.
Abysmal.
It saw a number of patch releases and updates, and unfortunately, it just never reached the point to which we could say it was even playable.
No, absolutely right. And with the release of the Switch 2 and the performance updates that are given to games as a result of playing them on the new console,
Not this one, I don't think.
interesting to see exactly what changes.
I mean, it runs better, but there's no update for this game. I don't think.
Footage on the screen, the main
I could be wrong,
issue
though.
was always the Batmobile.
Yes.
When you're riding around in that, it was
Yeah,
choppy, it
20
was
frames.
stuttering. For me personally, it was like borderline unplayable.
Yeah, and this was, of course, a big part of
Well, I
this
wonder how
game.
GTA plays
The
on
fact that
this.
you got
The
into the
GTA
Batmobile
trilogy.
and went about
They
the
were
streets.
covering the
It was a
shit out of
major
that.
selling point when it first
19,
launched.
that's how good
so
at
this,
19.
as you say, basically killed the game.
Okay, so the process of installing was relatively straightforward. As long as you got your game card set up, it should be a reasonably quick procedure, and then you load into the game. Now, the first thing you notice is the resolution.
Yeah, unfortunately, the resolution still looks
It's ass.
bad, let's
Yeah,
be honest.
it's ass.
It does need a patch in that respect for the visuals to get that nice boost. It
I
still
would
looks
not
like
be
you've,
surprised if Warner Bros. Is like, we're making the Switch 2 version. There's not going to be an update. You're going to have to buy it again, bitch.
slathered
Would not be
Vaseline all over
surprised.
your eyeballs.
Because they're hurting for money right now. So I would not be surprised if they're working on that right now.
So first we tried it out in
Or individual releases. Actually, they would probably do that. Or no trilogy now. You buy them all separately. Even though I think that the Arkham Asylum remake is still a thing, right?
handheld, and as you can
Which is
see,
unnecessary,
the
but
resolution
whatever.
is certainly not scaling up. Now that's interesting because the engine used here, you would think that it would just read that the hardware is improved, as some Switch titles or Switch 1 titles on Switch 2 hardware have already shown, and we'll be showing
Yeah,
lots
because
more
that texture right there is fine. And then this one's just
of
like
that.
done.
But here that's not the case. In handheld, very
Oh, the thumbsticks look so much better on the Switch too.
pixelated, as Glenn says.
I have
it
heard they
looks
are
like
better. They feel better.
540p or less. It really doesn't look good at all. I think it's emphasised by the fact that the
I
screen
will say on
quality
that screen it looks okay.
here is so much larger.
Yeah, so that was handheld.
Yeah, the
though.
screen is
So then
bigger.
obviously we put it into the dock to
Is
see
it bigger than the OLED?
if,
I don't
if
remember.
that did make a
Yes.
difference. What are your thoughts on docked mode?
Yeah, I think docked mode again, it looks very similar, doesn't it? We're moving around the city. When you're on foot, it can look okay, but then compared to anything else you're going to be using on your Switch 2, even some of the other titles that we will cover, as I say, it just doesn't look great at all. It's clearly been software limited to a set resolution that it just won't go above. We know that the Switch release, as we said at the start, was so bad. Maybe they were just trying to keep some semblance of performance. So understandably then, with the resolution not having seen a major increase, we also don't see things like anti-aliasing added to the image. There are jaggy edges on the surfaces of absolutely everything. And
I
you'll
feel
see
like it
that
doesn't look as bad as I was expecting it to still look. So.
stepping across the board where the
Like, I don't think the Digital Foundry one showed enough for me to be able to say that. But here, like, I feel like it doesn't look that bad, honestly.
playing it in docked or
It looked really bad on Switch 1, I know that.
handheld modes,
But,
it's
like,
one more area.
I'm watching
just
this on a
like
pretty big screen, bigger than the Switch 1 screen, definitely. Or Switch 2, well, that too. Switch 1 and 2 screen.
the
And
textures, which we've already spoken about, which
It's running at 30
it has to be
frames.
said look terrible when you're playing in handheld mode. That needs to be worked on.
I thought
by
it'd be
Warner
better in
Brothers.
handheld mode.
One area that does seem slightly improved by the
Don't games, like, the resolution gets better when you dock them, but, like, I feel like I don't really notice that the game's looking that bad when I'm on handheld mode because the screen's so much smaller, you know?
hardware is the input latency.
I mean, obviously, the textures, but, like, the texture here for the street doesn't look that bad, and I don't know.
It's almost impossible to show that on screen, but the camera just feels more responsive as
This is docked mode, by the
even
way.
beneath the
So
patch.
he's
you
showing docked, to be fair,
can
obviously.
feel the hardware trying to push things like to do.
So let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say that, as you say, they locked it to a certain point. Let's say that there's a visual patch coming, hopefully. What about performance, though?
Yeah, so we've frame capped a small section before something took place.
Yeah.
We were looking at 30 frames per second. It was reasonably consistent when, again, on foot, moving around, but that was never really the problem area. As we said, it was the Batmobile.
Is it
What happens when we get in the Batmobile?
So once in the Batmobile, there were some noticeable
Very
drops.
It's like
seems to
fighting
run
between
better than it did on
29
the
and
Switch
30.
One, as you would expect. But all of that almost becomes moot
Oh, no, yeah, it's going to 31.
when the game
You're right.
crashed twice
Oh,
in the
no.
space of 15 minutes.
Yeah, I
You
think
mean the Batmobile crash?
a lot of these titles where Nintendo said there's not full compatibility, that's what we're seeing here. And this wasn't like a crash
Oh, 0 frames. That's the worst.
that I've experienced.
Technically,
before.
that's not true. It would be 1 frame, right? We'd still see 1
Usually you get
frame.
that error message quite quickly. It seems
0
that
frame would be a
crashes
black
for Switch
screen.
1
No,
games
there you go. Now it's
being
0 frame.
emulated will almost hard lock the system.
Yes.
Now Glenn was able to get out, and after some time, it did register a crash. But we had 2 error messages this time. You had the standard Nintendo Switch. There's been an error. Then we had
and
the
then
new Switch 2.
Yeah, Switch 2.
There's been a very big error.
Yeah.
I was worried that we were going to brick the Switch, honestly. I was like, oh,
Why,
no.
just playing Batman?
So I guess that's really...
That's a problem. I really want to play that game.
I was
by the way.
worried that we were going to brick the Switch, honestly. I was like,
Fast Fusion.
oh, no.
Anyway, all right. So we saw that. We're not done though. I opened El Analisa de Beats to see what else we could check out. We already checked out Cyberpunk. We don't need to. Breath of the Wild, I already kind of looked at one before. So, okay, maybe we'll see. Division 2. Okay, so no. All right, we watched the Mario one. Okay, so nothing here. Let's go to what was this one again? No, that's the other, no. Which one? Yeah, let's do GVG. We'll also do Game Ride. See what else they got for us. Let's see. I guess yeah, let's do it. Let's see it. Back to It is amazing. Okay. We've already seen. I've already taken a look at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in the past. We don't need to look at that again. So you could watch that reaction if you want. I've already seen those. But let's take a look at this because I don't think I took a look at this. Here, we're gonna skip the intro. I just want to see.
Is rendering these images.
Oh yeah. What the fuck? It does look
compared to the resolution of the
nice.
original.
I mean, it doesn't look as good as the Wii U one.
We've got more with F-Zero.
Oh
and
yeah.
Solar
What the
coming up,
fuck?
but for now, let's just take a look at the Wind Waker.
God, what a good game. This game's so good. I'm using that fucking what the fuck are these things called again? Why is my brain blanking out? Alright, let's get it. There's Tetra. Yeah, it looks solid. Oh yeah, here we go. We'll just look at more, just real quick comparisons. It just looks so much smoother. Sis. Then she run out of the house. Oh wait, is the sister captured? Yeah, I haven't played this game in a while. I think she gets captured. Tetra. You're definitely not somebody else, that's for sure. Okay.
It might just be the fact that
I don't think I've played Wind Waker all the way through. I did play the Wii U game, I didn't finish it all the way through since it came out.
doing this straight
If
from my
F-Zero.
monitor, but there was a little bit of lag on the GameCube NSO, so I am notably not as performing as well.
Oh,
with the
nice
defense
excuse, buddy.
But,
What are you, Dark Side Phil?
Still line up pretty well.
There was a lot of lag. That's why I'm in 48th place in F-Zero, even though there's not even 48 cars. He's doing a good job of keeping about the same. Oh damn! Hold on. He's doing a good job of wow. Yeah, I wonder if he's like watching his gameplay, trying to keep to the same. It looks so much better. No, by the way, I gotta say, just being in. I'm assuming this is in 4K resolution. And just like iron out all that blur, all the whatever. It looks so much better. It looks so good. F-Zero is a great looking game. The F-Zero GX. The skybox looks so much better. Dude, there's like details in that skybox that we probably never have seen before because of how blurry it was originally. I say skybox. This is obviously not the sky technically. That's the sky, but whatever. You know, it looks really good. I want to see Soul Calibur now, though. God, I want to play this right fucking now. Play a little bit of these games. I literally got the most expensive version of well, technically that's not true. I was gonna say I'm getting the most expensive version of Nintendo Switch Online just to play these games, but I'm not buying it. I have something where I can get it for free. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I got the hookup. It's not really free. I won't be unboxing something that has a code.
I had to use Link, of course.
Well, of course. Oh, he looks great, by the way. Actually, I just noticed that. The hair looks magnificent. Wow, that's gorgeous.
There's a couple of
Leon
fights
S.
in the
Kennedy over
arcade
here.
mode that are exactly the same, that they were always the same no matter what, so I decided to use
perfect.
those for the example footage.
Yep.
This game also just like F-Zero
10 out of
DX
10
is gonna
fighting game.
support widescreen,
Legitimately a 10 out of 10 fighting game.
I was not in widescreen mode for the sake of
just keeping
accurate
the
comparisons
yeah.
of the 4:3 ratio.
Makes sense.
But all that aside, please enjoy the rest of this. And
God, Soul Calibur 2 is so good.
so much
Like literally, it's still the best Soul Calibur game.
for watching.
Soul Calibur 1 and 2 are the two best. How did that happen? Like none of them got anywhere near as good as Soul Calibur 2 or 1,
Stay
really.
tuned to GVG for more news, discussions, videos, comparisons.
That's the thing. Like Soul Calibur 1 and 2, 10 out of 10. 3, 8. 4, 8. 5, 8. 6, maybe 8, maybe lower. No, I think 5 is probably a little lower. But man, Soul Calibur 1 and 2 are fucking legendary. If they kept that same level of quality up for 3, 4, 5, and 6, we would have 7, 8, and 9 also.
All the like coming at you real soon.
Oh yeah, it looks
all right,
so
everyone,
good.
take care of yourselves. Till we meet again.
Bye. I love you. I wish I didn't say that. God damn it. God, so stupid. Yeah, it looks great. It really does. I don't know what else to say really. Much smoother. The textures pop way more. Like even the environments in the background. I like how we just completely you lost in the laughing from one on the right. We're not synced up at all now. Yeah, Link's looking good. Having this have online, by the way, is so good. They didn't make it like a Soul Calibur collection, like for like the first like. No, do all 6. Fuck you. No, it'll probably be the first like 3. I bet the PlayStation and Dreamcast games. Yeah, it also looks like brighter a little bit too. Like everything pops more. It's more saturated too. There's the saturation definitely went up a little bit. It looks so good. Yeah, I really like it. I like it. So all right, now what else? Oh, I want to see Bayonetta. All right, let me keep this open so I know the. Oh yeah, let me look at Game Riot actually before we do Bayonetta. See if there's anything cool from Game Riot. Fast Fusion, Mario Kart, Switch. We already did that. We did this. Hogwarts. Yeah, didn't I open Hogwarts Legacy? I guess I didn't. I was gonna watch that. Okay, let's just real quick check out Hogwarts Legacy. Oop. Oh yeah. Oh wow, I can already tell. Yeah, look at that. Look at the hair, the detail in the hair. This is actually probably as good as like. Was there a PS4 version of Hogwarts Legacy? And an Xbox One version? I want to say there wasn't there? It didn't come out later. This is probably as good as it looks on there. Not bad. We'll just take a look at this real quick. Yeah, I guess we can opening cutscene. Maybe less of the action. Professor Fig. Yeah. Oh yeah. What the fuck?
I don't see a glow.
Are you fucking blind? What? I'm the chosen one. Yeah, I don't even need to say anything about this one. This is obvious. I'm surprised it looks as good as it does on Switch 1, though.
Take this.
It is a good-looking game.
Potion.
I want to see gameplay, though, actually. Oh, yeah, the framey on here. That's for sure.
Mind your step.
Again, for a Switch 1, I'm actually impressed by how good it looks on there.
Miriam spent years.
I want to see, like, open-world gameplay, though. There's not going to be any. Here's the Hogwarts.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central.
Oh yeah, the detail is so much better here. Like everything else is blurry and shitty looking. God, I would love to see. Oh, has anybody tried like a? No, Red Dead Redemption 1 when yeah, and because that didn't look amazing on there for some reason. All right, Bayonetta 3, Switch 2. Here, let me open this. So. All right, here we go. Showcase. Okay, I want to see a comparison though. Performance tested. Oh wait, here. Switch 2 edition is a top priority. Okay, no. Get dock. Okay, I guess we'll just watch. We'll watch this. Shout out to Dengo. Have yet to receive a Switch 2 patch. Yeah, but like it was already a 60 frame game, but it would never reach that. Like it was always like 30, 40 frames. But gladly it fixed the FPS issues the game had on Switch 1 entirely. Good. Because I wanted to port this game so bad on our consoles, but Nintendo will never allow it. They haven't even done Switch. They wouldn't even let Bayonetta 2 leave Switch 2. Or Switch 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, buddy. Oh, that frame rate is so good in there. There it is. Jennifer Hill was a great choice, by the way. Now we're running a rock solid 60 FPS, baby. Hell yeah. God, imagine how good this would look on a PS5 or Series X. Like, I mean, like if it was developed for those. Oh my God. Oh, game used to struggle at keeping the FPS in busy sequences above 50. Now you will not experience anything below 55. Yeah, I remember there was times where it went below, definitely below 30. It felt like at least. It was definitely at least 30. I don't remember this sequence was really bad. Enzo, baby. Anyway. Yeah. Nice to see it's, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it just looks smooth. Smooth as fuck, baby. Smooth as silk. Yeah, baby. Gotta love it. The monster, oh my God, it's so smooth. Is she saying smashing? I don't remember. I don't remember her saying that. Well, but it's smashing. I unfortunately can't do anything for the game's base resolution since that is something they will have to patch. I really hope they patch it too. Come on. Come on, come on, Platinum. You know what to do. Come on. Get to it. I don't know what else to look for. Let me see. Let's do Switch 2 comparison. Or, yeah, I'll put Switch 1. Oh, and whatever. So here we go. All right, let's see if we can find anything else. If not, then I'll probably wait until more stuff comes out. Animal Crossing we looked at, Fortnite, Fast Fusion, no comparison there. It's a Switch 2 only game. Switch Collection, okay, yep. All right, I think we, Xenoblade is faster. Oh, shit, motherfucker.
The Switch 2 era
Shoutouts to Nara. There you go.
begun, and while I am baffled
I'm going to skip ahead,
that
though,
none-
I will say. All right, let's see. So, this is Xenoblade 1. Okay, it's about the same when that showed up. Come on, Switch 2. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, 23 seconds. 30 seconds? Oh, 29 seconds. All right, so 6 seconds faster. I feel like it looks... it was brighter on the right, but I think that was because it's... Oh, man. I fucking love this game. This game's so good. Wait, how long was it? I'm sorry. Oh, 3 seconds shorter. Okay. Wait, hold on. We don't need to look at every single one of these. Oh, barely. Not even a second. Let me skip ahead for this one. Oh! Look how quick it was. It was like literally the same. Let me skip this. So this is Xenoblade 2, by the way. Let's see, we'll just skip. Well, all right, it's 3 seconds faster. Exactly 3 seconds faster, by the way. Exactly. 1 second faster. All right, it is faster. So they did update 3. I saw there was some note about like improvements to. All right, it's only not even like half a second for the Torna expansion. This one is. Damn, almost 9. Wow, 9 seconds faster for 3. So, only 2 seconds faster. What did they change for Xenoblade? It said something about gameplay, but like gameplay adjustments for Switch 2 or something like that. I don't know what the fuck that means exactly. Okay, 1 second faster. I know, yeah, there's the 5 seconds faster for X. And 6 seconds again to the game. And then 1 second for loading a save, I assume. Loading a save from the game, I would assume that's what they're doing there. While you're in the game loading a different save, I assume that's what they're showing.
up for its new story content. Here's a very brief comparison of the frame rates.
Doesn't look that different, but I can't really tell. No, it's a little framey on the Switch one. I can tell. They look. There's like some drop frames here and there. I can kind of see. It's a little stuttery at times. I'm surprised how well Xenoblade Chronicles X looks on Switch 1, though. I gotta say, like, I'm actually blown away by how good it looked. All right, cool. So there you go. I think that's probably it for now. We looked at Hogwarts Legacy. We looked at Fortnite. We looked at Batman. We looked at a bunch of weird shit. Mario Odyssey obviously looks great. We've already seen Zelda. We've looked at this guy. There you go. Oh, let me do that. There you go. Just get the thumbnail. Animal Crossing, of course, Pokemon, a bunch of stuff. So I thought that would be a fun video to look at. It looks like Switch 2 definitely just ups the resolution and frame rate of a lot of games, but it can't quite help with the ones that don't have updates, obviously. But, like, hey, it's cool to see that frame rate wise things are looking up. I hope like more games just like unlock their frame rates or at least bring them to 60, because so many games would benefit from that for Switch. Oh man. And then of course resolution updates. There has to be updates. I just hope there's not a lot of Switch 2 versions where like you have to buy the game again. Like if CD Projekt Red comes out and says Witcher 3 Switch 2 edition, I'm like if it's like a free update or if it's like a $5, no, I don't want that. No, it needs to be an update. Come on. I don't think CD Projekt Red would do that. I think they're usually pretty cool with like giving updates for free for the most part. You know? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.